Alright, hello and welcome. We are starting episode 26 now. As you can see, we are down on the 9th floor in the extra zone, all the way down here. And just for funsies, I kind of switched the party around a little bit, got some of our hard hitters out, and got some people who are capable of doing a little bit more area of effect damage in. And, just wanted to play around with some other characters for a little while. We're going to be exploring, so we don't need to be super optimized for bosses. What we need to do is be able to take out a lot of nature-based enemies. And so this seemed like a fairly decent combination to at least try out for a bit. So, we're here on 9th floor. We've got enemies to look at, and so we're going to do some exploring. So let's see what we find. Okay, looks like first treasure chest here. Yeah, here we go. Bam. Star of the Just. Very nice item. So yeah. As you can see, we've got a big chunk of space that we're going to be exploring on this floor, probably. The question is what roadblocks they're going to throw at us. So, I'm just going to keep looking around and I'll see what I can see. Alright, so this level is looking to be very dead-ending. As you can see, there's a like that whole area going west from the stairs is just this tiny little thing that there's not really anything in, and then every other direction there's dead ends everywhere. So this is going to be slow going as far as exploration goes, but we did manage to find another treasure chest. What have we got? A compact arm. Okay, we've seen those before, so nothing too special, but always nice to have a good higher level item. Okay, we just found a nice long one direction push, so you can see that we've cleared out kind of this area. It's not clear how far west we're going to have to go, but at least we found a stop here, so just got to keep exploring. And here, we found another treasure chest. Inside, a katana of Anubis. Again, something we already have one of, but also a very good item. Okay, it looks like we may have something... No, okay, we don't actually have access to it, but there is a rock there, and I don't know what we need to do to get to it, but it looks like it's not going to be super easy to get to, but we did see it. So we've got some interesting restrictions in this level, perhaps, somewhere. Anyway, gotta keep searching. So that emerald nut, or whatever it was called, is worth noting. That's new, and it was both super high in mind and super high in defense. So we had to bring out Touhou, who has a piercing ability. Anyway, or I guess, as you can see, we're continuing our exploration, but there's tons of little, like, look at this shape. This, where can I, like, over here in the corner up here. It kind of is like, has this little 3x3 square with, like, a little flower around it, I guess you could call it. It's a very common shape in this area, with, like, little pieces cut out to connect other ones. But anyway, that seems to be the theme for this area. Actually, we're right headed to a treasure chest, so we may as well pick that up. Inside is a training manual, which, you know, cool, I guess. But yeah, another one of these shapes right here. Truncated a little bit because it's near other things. Anyway, gonna keep looking around. Does this get us to the rock? This gets us to the rock. The way opened up after pressing the switch on a lower floor. Okay. On a lower floor? That's weird, because we haven't gone lower than this in Extra Zone. So something is a little fishy there. Maybe they mean earlier floor. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it leads to anything amazing, just more of the level, so I'm just going to keep looking around. Okay, it looks like we've stumbled onto a relay point. And a boss. Level 128, huh? That could be doable, considering that we're pretty over-leveled. But just to be clear, the previous boss, the Azure Giant's Shadow, was also a level 128 boss, so depending on how ridiculous this boss is, it might actually be quite difficult, as the Azure Giant was. We're going to leave that alone for now, especially since they opened up a relay point nearby. That way we can come back easily. As you can see, it's been a very serpentine path here. But I'm going to keep exploring the level until I find something. I'm going to keep exploring the level, looking for goodies before we worry about this boss. So we'll see that in the. Oh, we'll see what I find next. Okay, we've got another treasure chest over here. As you can see, we're gradually filling this space out. What do we got here? 10 grand. Nothing too important. But better than nothing. And now I have to go all the way back to get to the next pink space to start exploring. Anyway. Hey, over here, it looks like we are actually, like, well, maybe not, but it's looking like this might be at the edge of the level. We got a treasure chest with a Tome of Insight for Resistance. It's a nice item, not too special, but not bad either. I guess we'll just keep looking around. Alright, looks like we got another treasure chest here. Tome of Reincarnation. So far we've avoided using any, but having more stock is not necessarily a bad thing. As you can see, I found a little L-shaped chunk here over in the edge of the level that seems to be leading somewhere. Anyway, we'll see. Oh, there it stops. Never mind. Yes, alright. So we're just curling around. You can see this shape is everywhere here. But we got another treasure chest. Inside is a fighting gem. Nothing too special, but not bad. Looks like we've got another treasure chest. But a fight first. Alright. The chest is a Grandmaster Breaker Tome. Not a bad item. As you can see, I'm clearing out. There's like 3 pink dots, so one must lead to like a bunch of stuff, and I think it's the one just to my west. I'm gonna take on the 2 that are to my south real quick, and then we'll head back over there. But we're almost out of TP, so... yeah, there we go. So as you can see, here's the whole southern, I guess you could call it half of the level, because everything else is through that one little pink point right there. Kind of in the middle of the screen right now. Anyway, I'm going to keep looking, but I'm sure that we're going to expand into this northern area, so it's just going to take even more time. On the plus side, we're getting decent cash, decent experience, and we're able to kind of rotate all these characters in and just kind of play with all kinds of different attacks, and it's been more fun than the boss fights for sure. So this is kind of fun. We're up here, we're making our way north, just as I predicted. We've got 2 treasure chests that are nearby, but we don't have access to either of them from here. So that means that there's going to be more figuring around to actually find them, but it's worth knowing that they're here. It's just that we gotta figure out the right pathway. And every pathway is a freaking dead end in this level. Alright, we have to go restore ourselves as a city. Utsuho got taken out in the last fight. But we got one last treasure chest we can pick up before we head back to town. Inside, an energy gem, which is always nice. Boosts somebody's TP. Alright, we're headed back to town. I'll do some leveling, and then we'll keep exploring. As you can see, this is where we were. Not a whole lot going on other than exploring more areas. These, like, long, snaky paths are really irritating. Okay, we went back to town, we leveled up, we spent some cash, and we're back exploring. Got another treasure chest here. Inside, a Tome of Insight Vitality. As you can see, they're really making us duck through all these funky halls to get to these things, but we'll make it eventually. A lot of these pink spots are gonna close in on each other, I hope. Okay, this has gotta reach this treasure chest. Yeah, it does. Alright, cool. We got a money growing tree. Again, more cash is always good, because it means that we can do more, magic library. As you can see, I cleared out a lot of the little pink spots in the southern part, but we've still got more of them to deal with in this northern area. But we appear to be reaching the edge of the level, hopefully. So we'll see. Okay, we're up at the north end. We've got something a little strange here. It looks like a tunnel. Hold on, let's... And yet the level seems to extend as well. Hold on, let's hit this tunnel up real quick and see what it does. If it just moves us to the next thing over, that's not such a big deal. Yeah, what's the point of this? It must be a path to, like, get a treasure chest or something. We're gonna get into a fight, so I'm gonna explore this area and we'll be back when anything interesting happens. Looks like we have gotten to another treasure chest. Indeed, here we are. You see that? There we go. Inside, a Mr. Midnight oil set, which is good for... I think it gives us more experience. So I'll take that. Not much more in this little area, I suspect, but we'll see. Alright, looks like it led us to both of those treasure chests. Or, well, 2 treasure chests. Here's the other one. War Mask of the Butcher. Very nice item. Nothing to complain about. There's just a little bit more here to look through. And it looks like there's one more pink spot, but I suspect it's not going to lead anywhere. So we'll be back when I have this whole area cleared out, and we'll just show you kind of what that looked like. So this is the whole area. You can see that this little tiny area that you get through the tunnel to get to is closed up, and all it has is those 2 treasure chests in it. Now the question is, I assume that this tunnel is going to take us right back to where we came from, but nah, it does. Okay, no trickiness there, so good to know. Gonna keep exploring. Hey, alright, we found a set of stairs going downward. We got just a little bit more of this level to explore, but let's go down here real quick and make sure there's not a relay point. Oh, in fact, there is. We're down on 8 now. Relay point. Very nice. And, yeah, we're gonna have lots of fun exploring to do here, too. It's gonna probably be another giant L-shaped thing on the southwest end of the level. But, let's finish 9 before we go explore 8. And now we can get there quickly. So we'll probably try to finish 9, head back to town, and then warp to 8 and start there. See you in a minute. Alright, one more treasure chest here on the far northwest end of the level. Inside, a glaive of pain, also a very nice item. Still a little bit to explore, so we're going to keep going, but I gotta hook back through a bunch of dead-endy stuff, so we'll be, well, we'll see if there's anything else interesting in the level. In fact, there still is something good in this level. We got a treasure chest. 10,544 money. They keep giving us these tiny little bits of money, and it's like, okay, game, whatever. I'll probably be getting, I mean, so I think at 128 hours I get another big achievement for money, so that's still quite a ways off, but we'll see. Alright, there is level 9 extra. Except for that boss, which we'll deal with. We'll try him on later. Anyway, this is a good time for us to head back to level 8, or to head back to town, and then we'll head to level 8 and do a little exploring there too. We'll have to see what slows us down this time. Alright, we finished level 9. Time to make our way through level 8. I'm going to start exploring here. I'm sure there'll be lots of dead ends for me to get stuck on, but hopefully we'll find some good stuff and some treasure. So, I'll let you know when I find anything interesting. Well, it looks like a new enemy, a beam barrel. Haven't seen that before. We'll have to see what it takes to take it on. Well, that was easier than I thought. looking like our first treasure chest here. As you can see, we've kind of went west as far as we can, and now we're making our way south. This is new sub-equipment, angelic armor. I don't think we've seen this before, so let's check it out. Angelic armor. There it is. Allows you to fly for a few seconds after a jump, increases your movement range by a lot, but the spawn frequency, hitbox generation, and so fast accidents strip it off quickly. I don't know. Defense increase, mind and speed increase, and spirit, dark, and physical. Not bad. Probably more useful for certain boss fights than others. Anyway, a good item, and we will continue exploring. So we got a new enemy there as well, a jungle gem. The shape of it had that funky, like, polyhedral thing around it. You know, I think there might be a pun there, like a jungle gem. I don't know. Could be my imagination. In any case, we've got another treasure chest. Here we are. As you can see, the shape of this level is very different from level 9's extra part. We've got kind of this 3-space-wide hallway kind of shape that's going around everywhere, with some of those getting connected and some of them having like little feathers, as you can see. But we've got another treasure chest here. Inside is a training manual, which is a fine item, but nothing for us to write home about. Anyway, I'm going to continue exploring. So I am driving south as far as I can, and we've got one more treasure chest here. Inside is a little bit of cash. Not really that big of a deal, considering that just for a few regular fights we're already up to... We would have been up to 35,000 without it, but yeah, I guess every little bit helps. Okay, once again we have a rock that is probably separating us from the southern half of the level. 48 people bond. Interesting. So we need to figure out how to get 2 more people before we can go any further in this direction. I don't know whether that'll be something that we can easily do or what, but I'm just going to keep exploring and we'll see what we can find. Alright, had to head back to town because Touhou got knocked out, but oh, here's a fight. We're eating lots of those emerald nuts, and they're really quite powerful. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Yeah, so here we are. We're not very far from the stairs. Treasure chest. Just some cash. Not a big deal. Alright, we are still exploring. We still have a decent chunk of the area to clear out, north of the rock, as you can see here. But there's a tunnel here, and I want to find out what's in it. So let's try it. Where does it take us? It takes us all the way to the southwest side of the level. Huh. And it looks like there's more for us to explore here. So it looks like, I'm not sure, but it looks like the, I guess what you would call that rock there is not like a total blocker of everything. It's only blocking some stuff, not the whole level, because it looks like we got quite a bit here to deal with. So let's deal with it. Okay, so here we are. Looks like we've got a treasure chest. Bam! Inside is a tome of insight magic. We do have to start using some of those at some point, but really what they're going to be best for is like using up extra skill points, which we actually don't have a whole lot of extra skill points now that we can subclass everybody. So, well, we'll see. We may find some use for it eventually. Alright, looks like another treasure chest. You can kind of see, maybe, it looks like possibly the extent of the area that we're in after the tunnel. It's like this extra area is separated into three parts. First, the northeast part, where you get to from the stairs. Second, the southwest part that you get to from the tunnel. And then third, the southeast part that you need to have 48 characters to get to. So, what is in this chest? Fighting gem. Okay. You can increase somebody's attack a little bit. Not a bad item to have. More of, at least. And, yeah, as you can see, we're finishing up our exploration, and, once we finish exploring this level, we'll probably go toward a boss and see if we can fight a boss or two. Maybe just one. Depends on how much time we've got logged so far. But, yeah, that's kind of the plan for the rest of this episode. So we'll finish up the part of 8 that we can get to, and then we'll aim for a boss. So, well, I think there's still a couple treasure chests we can get here on 8, so we're going to aim for those next. Alright, we are filling out this area pretty well. Here's a treasure chest. Inside is a star pendant. We already have one, at least, so that's not so big of a deal. We lost Reimu in the last fight, so we're going to have to head back to town and make our way back. But as you can see, we're making gradual progress. Anyway. Yeah, alright. Finish that without a fight. Alright, we will be right back next time I find something interesting. Alright, we're finishing up this northeast chunk of the level. Got another treasure chest here. Inside is the bee. We have a bunch of those. They're not even particularly high-level item. But, I mean, for the sake of finishing the level, we're just gonna grab everything. Okay, so as you can see, I've completely cleared out the northeast chunk. Now we just need to finish the southwest chunk, and then we'll be be done with what we can do on this level right now. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're clearing out the area over here on the 8th floor. Got another treasure chest. A Cinderforge sword. Okay, very nice item there. We'll find somebody to throw that onto. As you can see, there's not a whole lot left for us to explore. Most of these pink spots are going to connect to each other, I think. But we've got, 3 areas, basically, that we... well, there's a little one over in the corner, too. So we'll call it 4. But after we do that, we'll go try to take on maybe that boss on the 9th floor, because it was only level 128. Anyway, maybe I'll look around and see if there's anything lower level that we can play with. Okay, here we are in the kind of the middle of this chunk of the level. Reimu got hit by a stray attack last battle, so hopefully we'll get to this. Bam. And we gotta head back to town to get her back. So, we will finish this level, I hope, in the next run, unless we get more unlucky attacks by enemies. We'll see. Okay, we are here. We've cleared out now 2 of the 4 vacancies in the level. Here's a Mr. Midnight oil set, which will give us more experience. Always in favor of that. This will probably connect up to nothing. This will probably connect up to each other. And now we just got a little bit more. Let's finish this up real quick. We might get into a fight, we'll see. Ooh, there's a chest. And we don't... It doesn't look like we reach it from here. Yeah, Kasten's getting really good. Hey, there's a free Katana of Anubis. That's a very nice item. Alright. We've cleared out the entire southwest portion of this level. So we're going to call our exploration here. And what we're going to do is we're going to head... Well, what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm going to look around a little bit and see what the various levels of the bosses that I can find are at. So that'll take a little time. But once I find that, I'll find the lowest level boss, and we'll give them a shot. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, of all the bosses that I was able to find, I checked everything from basement 1 all the way up to 20F. And, well, we still have some space to explore on 15. We'll do that next episode. But this is the lowest boss that we have easy access to right now, level 128. Now, I have no idea what to expect, so we're just going to try it and see what happens. I brought us down to the correct level just in case we happen to get through it easily, but I kind of doubt it. Let's see what happens. Okay, it is a cookie-based monster. I mean, we might be able to take it out if we fine-tune our team a little bit. It looks like we didn't do terribly. It doesn't have any of those like ridiculous high-powered attacks that that like just totally destroy a character. So if we can get Patchouli in and powered up maybe, and get Kassen in and powered up and casting the right spells, we might actually have a chance at this, but we may need to do some team fiddling. Anyway, I'm gonna play around with it a bit, and we will cut to the fight where we are eventually victorious. So it was worth seeing there that I took out the center one and it just regenerated immediately. It didn't even wait for it to have a turn, so I don't know. Do we need to kill all of them at the same time? That seems impossible. Well, I guess I'll have to back to the drawing board because this is pretty ridiculous. We'll see what happens next. Alright, so I fought that boss, the Big C, a bunch of times. Didn't do much better. So I figured instead of necessarily expecting to beat that boss, let's do like a taste test of the other bosses and see what's around. It may help us make a decision of like, hey, this boss looks like it might be easier to beat. So I looked around and there's a level 140 boss on the first floor basement. Let's go there first and see what that is. So you may remember that we go over here and we open the rock and we go down the hole. Then there's another rock and then there's a boss. So we are level 140 and I mean, I guess let's see what this is. Oh. So it looks like these basement bosses are going to be the imposters. That might be very difficult. Who knows? But at least they probably won't like split into like 5 different characters and take care of us that way. We'll see. Okay, we actually got something for that. First off, we get 2 jewels, not gems. We get a decent amount of experience and money. And, yeah, we actually won that on... Okay, so, like, I had started... So, it's not technically first try, because technically I had started to play this, and I had tried, like, twice, and at, like, level 128, and failed, but I wasn't recording, so I came back and had to redo that, but we actually beat a boss at the proper level. Okay, so that's actually interesting. We managed to win something. And... well, there's a lot going on, it looks like. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to those exclamation points immediately. But shoot, I mean, that counts. We have beaten a boss. The first boss, I assume, of at least 12 that we're going to be fighting in the way down here. But let's, yeah. What this does is it gives us more places to explore. It teaches us a lesson that the boss's recommended level is not necessarily an indicator of how difficult it is relative to other bosses. And it gets us a little story progression. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this episode here. Yeah, we'll have a new place to start exploring eventually, bit by bit, new bosses to fight, and we won't limit ourselves to fighting the bosses in order of level, because that was way easier than that freaking cookie boss. Alright, so, let's head back to town. I guess not. I was suspecting that there was going to be an achievement or something like that, but apparently not. That's okay. We're going to call this episode here. And that way we'll have some footage of exploring floors 8 and 9. We'll have a little show off of the Cookie Boss and my difficulty with it. And we've got the Kassen Boss, Kassen's Shadow. So far so good. I would say, yeah. We'll pick this up again next week. Until then, I'll say thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you later.